Views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the hosts and guests and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of the podcast platform, its affiliates, or even the hosts. The information provided is for general informational purposes only and should not be taken as legal, financial, or professional advice. The host and guests are not liable for any errors of omission in the content, nor for any losses, injuries, or damages arising from the use of the information provided. Listeners are encouraged to seek professional advice relevant to their specific circumstances. Now enjoy the
Hello, welcome to Tea and Herbalism with Lady D. Thank you for joining me today. Today, the herb we will be talking about is rose. And I want to thank my friend Valerie who requested to learn about rose. So if you want to request a certain herb that you want to learn about, just put it in the comments or you can direct message me or email me and let me know. And at the end, we'll tell you that contact information. So we're doing pink rose petals, and it is Rosa. The Latin term is Rosa damascena, pink rose petals. And the tea that we're having today is jasmine tea. So these are jasmine pearls. So someone took the time and effort to ball little jasmine flowers up. They're amazing. This tea, I recommend you keep it in the refrigerator. So that's what I do. It comes in a tin. And I use my teaspoon, and it's measured for 1 teaspoon of dried tea. So whether it's the pearls or a loose leaf tea, it measures out exactly 1 teaspoon. So I use that and I put it in the glass teapot. And what I would like to share is with this tea, the pearls, when they open up, and you can get, I've gotten at least 3 different pots of tea out of one, the 2 teaspoons. I use 2 teaspoons of the pearls. So I'm going to go ahead. I already let my tea light to keep the tea hot. So that's going, the tea light candle under here. And I use my Tesla lighter that I showed you last week. And you turn it on, and then you can light whatever you're lighting with. That is hot, so you don't want to touch it. I use it for incense, my tea light, whatever candles. And then you just charge it with a USB. So here we go. Pour some water in here. And take the lid off. So I have gotten, like I said, 3 different pots of tea out of the tea leaves. I'll show you, put the lid on to keep that herbal goodness in. And you can see that it's already a nice amber color. And the tea light's keeping it warm. And we'll come back a little bit just to give that time to brew. And we'll talk about rose while we're waiting. So, I actually want to get my cup ready because this will be ready soon. So this cup, this week's cup is also from Killstar. And And I'll show you the inside. It has a night moon, the night sky with the moon here. You can see his face. And on the inside of the cup, it has the astrological signs, and it has the dates. Let's say, let's pick one here. Virgo. It has August there for Virgo. Oh, and it has planetary bodies around the top, like Jupiter, the sun, the moon. Oh, and let me show you this saucer. It has the festivals along with the equinoxes on here, spring equinox, and the moon phases of the moon. And I will be taking the plant matter out of the pot later when it's ready. I'm just putting it on this plate. It says, Love by the Moon, Live by the Sun. It's a beautiful plate that I got from Quirky Cup Collective in Australia. I didn't go to Australia, but I purchased it and they sent it to me. So my friend Valerie, she requested rose. So what I did was I made a rose honey. So this is honey, and I mixed the pink rose petals in, and the rose did rise to the top. You can see in this. It smells amazing, and it tastes amazing. So if you like to put honey on toast, right now I'm going to put the honey in the tea. I'm just moving some of that plant matter out the way to get to the honey. And I will have some plant matter in the cup, and that's okay with me. So the honey has been infused with the wonderful goodness of rose. And I'm fine with the plant matter being on top of the tea. This is going to help enhance the tea. So my cup is ready when the tea is ready. So rose, again, I have it here. It smells absolutely amazing. You can use it for potpourri, a floral vinegar, or floral honey. And there are different topical applications. And you can make herbal teas, bath blends, body sprays. So if you wanted to brew the tea and put it in a spray bottle, you can use that as a body spray, and or you can spray your room, whatever you want to use it for. And it has different medicinal purposes. So it's antiviral, antibacterial, uh, and it says here anti-diabetic. So I will say that it is not; these statements are not approved by the FDA. So just choose what you want to use for yourself. But the FDA is not going to tell you that rose petals will help with diabetes. So that you probably have heard of rose hips. So I don't have any to show you right now, but you could use rose hips. It's the fruit body of the rose. So this is the the tea leaf. Well, the rose petals actually. You can use the rose plant leaves, and as well as the hips. Just make sure that you're not using anything that's been sprayed with pesticides. So make sure you're sourcing from a reliable source. So you could use that hip, which is the fruit, to make jams, syrups, honeys, and flavoring. And the same with the petals. The petals are edible. As you saw, it's in my honey. You can put it on toast. You can put the petals in salads. It's nice. And again, it helps clean wounds. It's anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, antiviral, antiseptic. It helps with the digestive tract. It's a nervine, so it helps keep your nerves relaxed. So if you're a nervous individual, it helps relax nerves, and it's a sedative, and it has wound healing capabilities. So the word is vulnerary. So it's for wound healing, and it also has a rich source of vitamins like vitamin C. So I do want to share that rose is good also for emotional pain, physical pain, like if you're inflamed, and then emotional pain. So it helps with grief, excuse me, and it helps lift depression, and it helps lift your mood. So just keep that in mind. Some people use rose for cold and flu remedies. It supports the immune system. You can mix rose hips with elderberries and a brandy if you can have alcohol. For a cold tonic, I don't have that recipe here with you, but I would like to insert quickly that elderberries should not be eaten raw. They need to be cooked for at least 30 minutes before you use the elderberry syrup or elderberry juice or elderberries in anything that you're going to use. So, rose helps with asthma and bronchial infections, and it helps opens up the lungs. So, it's to ingest the inhale. Sorry, to inhale the rose petals. You can just feel it open in my bronchioles. It's amazing. And also have the bedtime tea, which I've showed before. It has rose, peppermint, lavender, chamomile. Mm, amazing. It smells amazing. It just helps to open those bronchioles up. Maybe take a nice deep breath. So rose petals act as a fever reducer and antispasmodic. So I have trouble with that word, but antispasmodic. So it helps with spasms. If you have spasms, it helps relieve those spasms. And rose petals and the hips, rose hips, relieve menstrual pain, and it supports reproductive health. And rose is also good for removing toxins from the body. So if you have excess fluids, like your lymph nodes are inflamed or filled, a lot of people, if they're getting sick with the cold or flu, their lymph nodes will swell, and this will help get that fluid off of those lymph nodes. And it also detoxifies the liver and gallbladder. So rose is a hard worker. Helps with wounds, emotional pain, helps with rashes on the skin, detoxify that liver and gallbladder. And then I don't have any here, but rose water. You can make it, or you could buy it in the grocery store. You can get like a 5-ounce bottle in a grocery store. It's to me, it's sticky. Rose water is sticky, but you can use it to treat eye infections and eye irritations. Um, Another thing, some people like to use the rose water to cleanse their candles off when they buy candles. You can cleanse the candles off, or you can use Florida water for that. Uh, and rose hips help with diarrhea. Known or Loved by Denise, where everything is handmade in small batches. You can reach me at my Etsy website or at my email address and place your order. I'm also known as Lady D. Thank you. So Rose again is a hard worker. I want to share a few products that I have here. I have the rose petals. And I've showed you the bedtime tea. this amazing rose honey. This is amazing. It tastes amazing. And then the sleep pillow, which I did show in Lavender's video, because it has rose and lavender, hops. It has a few different products. It is open. You can see some in there. And I just keep it in this bag and put it in my pillow, and that way it will keep the plant matter contained. I would like to share that the bath salt, it has rose essential oil, lavender essential oil, rose petals, lavender petals, pink Himalaya salt, and I do put the bath salt in one of these muslin bags just to keep the plant matter contained. And when you throw it in the bath, the oils dissipate. You can give it a nice squeeze, and the salt and the oils will dissipate and throughout that bath. But they keep the plant matter contained and not in your plumbing if you tie it properly. So I'm just going to pop the sleep pillow back in the bag. So this can go on my pillow. Oh, yeah, I do have this incense here. It has the rose petals. Let me try and pull one out. Rose petal, lavender, and mugwort. It smells amazing. So this you will light a charcoal. And when the charcoal gets hot enough, you'll put some plant matter on there and it'll burn. And this one is called Dreamscape. I have another incense too that I made. This one is called Dreamscape. Now I would like to share that there are rose essential oils out there. This one is Rose Otto, and that's what I put in the bath salt. And rose is expensive. This Rose Otto is mixed with, I believe, sunflower oil. So it's rose essential oil with sunflower. You can get straight rose oil. It is quite expensive. Even this one was expensive, but straight rose essential oil is expensive because they use so many pounds of rose petals to make one bottle. This is a 5 milliliter bottle, I believe. To make one bottle, it may take, somewhere 30 to 50 heads of rose petals just to make this. So it's there if you'd like to purchase it. Not for me, but a reputable source. So let's try this tea out. First, I'm going to take the jasmine petals out. Put it on my plate here. There. I can probably get one more brew, one more pot of jasmine tea from there. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Rich amber color. And it is hot. That tea light candle is keeping it hot. Beautiful. And I have that rose honey in here. And there's rose leaves on top. Rose petals, sorry, not leaves. Rose petals. This is going to be amazing. Mm. So nice. You can smell the jasmine. It reminds me of that Isley song. I think it was the Isley Brothers. The Summer Breeze. The jasmine going through my mind. Mm. It's beautiful, especially with the rose honey. Let's see if I can show you how that looks with the rose petals just floating. This tea tastes like a warm hug from a friend. So, with the emotional uh, healing from the rose, along with just the beautiful taste and smell of the jasmine, this is great. I think I'll have to share a cup with a friend. Thank you for joining me today for Tea and Herbalism, learning about rose. If there's any particular herb you'd like to learn about, just put it in the comments, or you can DM me on Instagram, LadyD4440, or you can email me at lunarlovebydenise@gmail.com. And if you want to donate to the network, you could donate to RIK. Sorry, what is it? I feel like I'm saying it wrong. Our Gains II. That's it. Our Gains II with PayPal. All donations given to that particular PayPal site goes right back into the network, so we can keep making great content for you. And when I figure out what my Cash App and stuff is, we'll put it in the comments. So if you wanted to donate to me directly, you could. So we can keep buying cute teacups and anything else to make this a great show for you. So again, thank you for joining us today. Bye.